Hey, what's up guys? n8great321 here, back again as promised, and I figured for my first video game video here, I would just show you guys my console collection I have. Just letting you know, I'm waiting to buy a capture device to get gameplay footage, because right now, the lighting in my room, it wouldn't work too well pointing the camera at the TV, and even the TV itself isn't that great quality in here. So I'm waiting for that to get actual gameplay footage to do specific video game reviews. So look out for that, I guess. But for now, I figured this would be as good as the first video as any. So just to give you guys an idea of what consoles I have now, what games I collect for currently. So here we go. There is the general overview right there. You probably recognize a lot of those already. So start over here. It's my most modern console I have, my PlayStation 3. I really do like it. I mean, while I do prefer collecting for classic gaming systems and stuff like that, still, I really enjoy this one right here. I don't buy games that often for it, but the ones I do buy, I play a lot. The Call of Duty series, Rock Band, I really like that, Madden and stuff like that. So, in addition to like the DVD and Blu-ray capabilities and stuff, I do like some of the games. I don't have that many, but it's a great system. I really do like it. And believe it or not, that's actually my second PlayStation 3. I'll tell that story maybe sometime later. So, next in line here is my Sega monstrosity right here. It's my Model 1 Genesis with HD graphics. My Sega CD, Model 2, the flip-top one there, and the 32X. Now, I do have a Model 2 Genesis. I have two of them, in fact. But I don't have the correct patch cable that goes from the 32X to a Model 2. So ideally, I would want that to go on there. It would look a little better. But for now, I have to settle with this. It works, but it just doesn't look that great. See, I got that at a Goodwill, 15 bucks. That at a local game store for 10, and that was like 20, something like that. My Model 2, this is actually the Model 2 I had when I was a kid. This is in my parents' basement. I just found it recently, actually. Cleaned it up a little, obviously, but it still works perfectly, so that's pretty cool. Here is NES. This actually is also the NES I had when I was a kid. I just found it in the same box as that Genesis, actually. Did a little cleaning, and once you know it, after about 15 years of sitting in my basement, still works great. Same old 72 pin in there. Still works like a charm. I love it. I really do love it. Next here is my ColecoVision, probably the most obscure system in my console, I guess. I wish I could say I play it more than I do, but I don't play it that often because I don't have that many good games for it. I only have about 4 games. I have the Atari expansion module as well. I have like 3 games for Atari. I usually just play Missile Command and Gorf for ColecoVision. Awesome game if you've never heard of it. But yeah. Got a pretty decent deal on this on eBay because the seller didn't know if it worked or not. I took a risk, and it does work. So, yeah. Next is my most recent addition to my collection here. It's a GameCube. It's technically not classic, I guess, but I really do like it. There's a lot of good games for it out there. I only have 4 games for it at the moment. Playing Animal Crossing a lot, as you can see. But yeah, it's a really cool system. I'm really enjoying it so far. Next in line, we got the Sega Saturn, and not too bad. I mean, I don't play it as much as I probably should. There's Daytona in there. But yeah, I just don't have that many games for it, really. I mean, I have so many systems, I can't, get a great library for all of them at the same time. It's, not financially feasible at the moment, but I'm always on the lookout for good Sega Saturn games. I just don't see them that often, and I don't really feel like hunting around eBay for stuff like that. I'm planning on hopefully getting the little expansion slot thing so you can play import games and stuff. That's way off in the distance, so we'll see what happens with that, but Sega Saturn. It's my PlayStation, obviously, from when I was a kid, with all these wrestling stickers on it and stuff. This Believe it or not, it was in the same box as my NES and my Genesis in my basement. Still works. It's a great system. A lot of my favorite games for it. Metal Gear Solid, one of my favorites all time for this system, for any system really. It's a good system, but you know, it's hard to justify keeping this thing out when you can play the same games on a PlayStation 2 or even a PlayStation 3, but I still have it. I still want it for collecting purposes and stuff. Eventually I'll probably take all these stickers off it, but I've just been too lazy for that now. Gameboy Pocket. Had this as a kid. My sweet Mewtwo sticker right there. And that's basically the only reason I had it as a kid, is Pokemon all the time. I had a few other games, but I never really played them. It was all Pokemon for me. Obviously I got Tetris in there, just bought that. The Game Boy. I don't know what else to really say about it. And the color, actually, as far as I know, I think this was a Toys R Us exclusive, this kind of green see-through color. I know there's an N64 that looks a lot like this color too, but I've never seen anyone else with this color. I really like it a lot. Here's my N64. I bought this off my roommate, and that's his sticker. I'll take that off eventually. But bought this off my roommate with a whole bunch of games and stuff, and I'm really liking this a lot. Playing a lot of Mario Kart on it right now, GoldenEye, Zelda, and stuff like that. Too many games to, you know, try to play at once. It's got a lot of great titles that I remember playing at friends' house as a kid. You know, I never had this myself, but there were so many games I wanted to try for this that now's the time to catch up on all that time lost, you know. So, alright, next, Sega Dreamcast. Again, unfortunately, I don't play this as much as it probably deserves. It's a cool system. I just, between school and work and stuff, I haven't had time to invest into playing the long-term games. I really want to get started back on Shenmue. I bought that a while ago and hadn't really done much with it. So that's probably next in line for this system. Yeah, I got probably 10 games for it or so. Yeah, I like it still, but you know, I just wish I could play it more than I do. And last on my list here is the Super Nintendo, a little bit yellow, chipped too, right there. But this is another one that I bought recently because I never had one as a kid, and there's always all these games that I hear so much about, games I remember playing at friends' house as a kid. And so now is the time to, you know, get it. It's a great system. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, that is my collection at the moment. And actually, next week, hopefully, I should be getting a very big edition of the system, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, for now, that's all I got. So I guess n8great321's signing off. Thanks.